Tunisia has reimposed night curfew and banned all gatherings for 2 weeks. Empty streets, closed shops and cafes characterized the capital Tunis Thursday night as police enforced the curfew. The government says the move is to counter the rapid spread of COVID-19. However, critics say the restriction is aimed at blocking expected protests against the president by major political parties. Adnet Shawashi has the details.
Tunisia's Scientific Committee to Combat COVID-19 announced that the decision to restore curfew was necessary. Experts say the health situation is alarming. It is characterized by the rapid spread of the Omicron variant in the country.
We took these measures because they were successful during the first waves of the pandemic. When nighttime curfew is respected and all public and private meetings and events are cancelled, we can break the chain of infections. Omicron spreads rapidly. We cannot control it without applying strict preventive measures.
For over 40 years, Munir has been working as a fabric trader in downtown Tunis. He says business owners have never experienced such a catastrophic situation following the successive lockdowns and curfews in the country.
The last 3 years were extremely hard due to the lockdowns. Now this new night curfew will devastate business activity and cause irreplaceable losses. We are fed up. Who is going to pay the salaries of hundreds of thousands of people who work at night? Will the state pay the bills of restaurants, bars and hotels? This will not happen. The country is paralyzed.
Several political parties slammed the government's decision. Opposition figures accused the authorities of banning public meetings to prevent tens of thousands of protesters from rallying over the next few days. On January 14th, Tunisia marks the 11th anniversary of its popular uprising.
The government's decision to impose a curfew and ban gatherings is purely political. It is using the health crisis as a pretext to confiscate the rights of Tunisians to protest freely. This proves against the deteriorating situation of liberties since President Kais Saied announced the exceptional measures last July.
Tunisia imposed a curfew during the first wave of the pandemic in 2020 and again for much of last year, but lifted it in September 2021 as cases dropped. The COVID-19 task force announced that its decisions are based on scientific data as well as the development of the health situation. More than 25,600 coronavirus-related deaths were recorded in the country since the outbreak of the pandemic in Tunisia in March 2020. Adnan Shawashi, CGTN, Tunis.